if you're struggling in your life, if you're feeling like you're not good enough or you don't deserve the success that you're seeking, I think you're suffering from a case of mistaken identity. That's the title of my new book. And what is a mistaken identity? Well, I coined this term years back when I was trying to figure out my own success and trying to get ahead. I was getting stuck and I was struggling and I didn't feel good about myself. I was questioning myself, doubting myself. I didn't believe in myself. But I couldn't figure it out because I knew certain principles around succeeding and doing well in business. I was doing fairly well financially, but in other areas of my life I wasn't. I was really struggling and I just didn't feel good about myself and never really felt like I deserved the success that I was going after. So what is this? Well, when you were little, when I was little, we arrived here and we got conditioned and we got programmed. We had rules and values and beliefs driven into us at a very young age. We were told what was right and what was wrong and what was good and what was bad. And if we were good, if we were lucky, we got praised and validated and loved. And if we were bad, we got criticized, punished. In my case, I got hit. And so very early on, we struggle trying to do what's right, do what's good, be loved, be accepted, and avoid getting punished or criticized, and make sure that we don't do what's wrong or what's bad. And so very early on, you're set up to judge yourself. You were judged at a very young age if you got things right, and you learned to judge yourself. And we took that on. Well, meanwhile, you're an absolute unique individual. When you arrived here, there's nobody like you. And yet, we got programmed to be the same as everybody else. We started as imitations, copying our parents, what they say, what they do, what they eat, again, what they believe, and we just kind of go along, and we don't really, something feels off track. We don't know what the right track is, but something definitely feels off track. And but we just go ahead with our life, accepting what we are told about ourselves, and we're fed a lot of stuff that's just not true. And so I think most people struggle in life because we're not really operating from our true self. We're operating from our false self or this conditioned self, this programmed self. We have this image that was created in our minds by others. It was the way they saw us and the way that they treated us. And we just accepted that image, that picture. And then the way we operate is from images we hold of ourselves, and we see ourselves a certain way, and then we act that way. And of course, away you went and life carried on. For some of you, you've had a great image of yourself from a very young age. If you were one of the very few that had that, then consider yourself lucky, because most of the people that are raising us and conditioning us as adults didn't really understand how this worked and what it was doing to us or for us. And so I think most people are stuck in a prison of their own making. I think it's a case of mistaken identity. I think the real villain is your conditioning and your upbringing, and now the different things that cause you to stay stuck. And the key to your freedom really lies inside by understanding where you got this wrong image of yourself and these wrong beliefs about yourself that are actually holding you back. And so in my new book, I wanted to try to figure out why I was struggling and why I was suffering, because I knew I could be doing better. Just like you, I felt like there was more for me and more to me, that I could be doing much better. And other people saw that in me and they believed in me, but I kept holding myself back too. And so I finally figured it out, and I wanted to assemble it in a way where I could transfer that to you, because people would ask me, how did you go from this violent, abusive childhood, this traumatic childhood that you went through, to being a success in other people's eyes? And I couldn't tell you how I did it. I knew what I did, but I couldn't tell you how to do it. And so I've been putting this together in a formula, in a step-by-step process that I use to break free of this mental, emotional prison I was in. And it got me to write this book. It's one example of one thing I've been able to do is come out and put it into a book and publish a book to try to help you. So I hope that you'll read it, and I hope that you'll open up your mind to the possibility as to what's causing you to stay stuck and get unstuck and start living your life the way you want to be living it. All right? Have a good day.